Greetings, heroes of Dominion. Zeus here, bringing you another deep dive into Titan battles. Today, we're plunging straight into the ocean's depths to see what the Water Totem is truly capable of. Every upgrade costs time and resources, so the big question is, which skills deserve your focus, and which ones can you safely leave behind? To get the answers, I ran a new series of controlled tests right after the recent bug fixes. This wasn't about theory, it was about raw results. I stripped away all outside factors, no Clash of Worlds boosts, no element mixing, just a pure water lineup holding the line against a pure earth team. The idea was simple: if a skill can't make an impact under these fair conditions, it won't suddenly become worth it when things get tougher. Now, a lot of people wonder why I always emphasize testing on defense. Here's the reason: when you're attacking, you can manipulate everything: timing, positioning, target focus. But defense removes all of that. Your team has to survive and respond on its own. That's where the real value of a skill becomes obvious, because if it can't hold its ground here, it won't save you when it matters most. So, what did I discover? After running every possible setup and repeating the battles multiple times, two elemental skills stood out from the pack: Flame Dance and the Depths Whisper. Let's break them down. Flame Dance is pure offense. Every time it activates, it sends a fiery vortex crashing across the field for 884,812 damage. Against Earth Titans, who are slow, heavy, and can't avoid it, this blow always lands at full force. It gives the water lineup that explosive punch they often lack, breaking through sheer bulk and putting real pressure on the enemy team. When the timing lines up, it can flip a losing battle into a win. The Depths Whisper takes a different approach. Instead of overwhelming the enemy in one strike, it plays the long game. Over 10 seconds it deals 442,406 damage while at the same time restoring the same amount of health to your Titans. What makes it so effective is that the healing isn't spread randomly, it always goes to the allies in the greatest danger. That means your frontline can hang on longer, ultimates get the chance to charge, and your water team drags the fight into later stages where endurance pays off. This sustain makes battles feel steadier and more controlled, keeping your team alive when it matters most. Since both skills were holding up well against the classic test of 4 Earth Titans and Solaris, I decided to push the challenge even further. This time, I lined the water team up against a mixed squad of 3 dark and 2 light Titans, a combination that usually destroys water teams with ruthless accuracy. The results were very interesting. In this tougher matchup, Flame Dance pulled slightly ahead of the Depths Whisper. With Flame Dance active, the water lineup managed to score more wins than it did with the Depths Whisper. But here's where I'm still not completely convinced. Yes, the numbers leaned toward Flame Dance in this particular test, but does that automatically make it the better choice? I'm not so sure. There's a logic to both sides. On one hand, water will most often find itself fighting earth or hybrid dark-light defenses, and in those scenarios Flame Dance makes a lot of sense. It punishes bulky teams with pure force. On the other hand, the Depths Whisper mirrors the role of the Water Totem itself. It provides sustain, balance, and long-term value, which also makes perfect sense for water's identity. So my personal conclusion right now is simple: both of these skills are strong contenders. Instead of declaring one a clear winner, I want to turn it over to the community. If you've tested these setups, I'd love for you to share your results in the comments. Tell me which skill you felt performed better, in what situations, and with which combinations. And please, add as much detail as possible: who were you fighting, what was the team setup, and how consistent were the results? The more information we share, the faster we all figure out the true best path for water development. Now, let's bring the primal skills into the discussion. Flame Dance paired surprisingly well across the board. Whether it was with Pulse of the Ancients, Primal Zeal, or Triple Cycle, the synergy felt strong and the results were consistent. The Depth's Whisper, on the other hand, really stood out when paired with Pulse of the Ancients and Triple Cycle. Those particular combinations gave water teams more staying power and created the kind of sustained pressure that fits perfectly with their overall style. As for me and my account, I'm not rushing the decision just yet. My plan is to finish testing all of the totems first before locking in my water choice. The reason is simple: I don't want to end up with two different totems running the exact same skill. If I use them together in the same fight, their effects won't overlap the way I'd want. Spreading the power between different options gives more flexibility and makes your lineup stronger across multiple matchups. So here's my advice: if water is your main and only elemental team, you can confidently develop either Flame Dance or the Depth's Whisper and see good results. But for players who already have multiple totems maxed out, the choice becomes more strategic. You'll want to think carefully about which skill you select, so your totems don't end up duplicating each other's role. So, let's wrap this up. After running all these tests, one thing is crystal clear: both Flame Dance and the Depth's Whisper have a real place in water's arsenal. Flame Dance delivers that explosive burst you need when facing bulky earth or hybrid dark light teams. Meanwhile, the Depth's Whisper leans into water's natural identity, offering sustain and balance that can carry you through long, drawn-out fights. And when paired with the right primal skills, especially Pulse of the Ancients, each of them finds its moment to shine. But this isn't the end of the story, it's just the beginning. I want to hear from you. Which of these skills do you feel pulls ahead in your battles? Have you found matchups where one clearly outperforms the other? Drop your experiences in the comments, and let's build a complete picture together. The more we share, the stronger our community becomes. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss the next round of testing, strategy, or event coverage. Remember, Guardians, power in Dominion isn't just about pressing harder, it's about playing smarter. Master your choices, invest wisely, and you'll always stay one step ahead. Salute and friendship, Zeus out.